Hey everybody, Andy's free guitar chart videos here for chart number 71, which is going to be about this chart. The previous charts kind of led up to this one, so we're going to be doing this. It's called Chart 71 Modal Arpeggios plus Cage box headers, all inversions, and on the bottom there's modal seventh chords, quadratonic arpeggios. I suppose a pentatonic. Well, you don't have pentatonic arpeggios. You know, it sounds more like just a scale. Okay, that's tritonic. And you know, again, we're going to be working with the cage system, but now we have these modals that are going to be getting very interesting. And then there's a surprise over here. We'll talk about that later. Hopefully, you know, I'm sorry if I say I'm going to get to something later and I don't. I'm sorry for that. That's not something I plan to do. It's just if I get into the start cage from any string, you know, it's gonna interfere with getting started. So let's say at the top of the chart. You know, top of the chart, top left of the chart is pretty much the beginning of the chart. And why do I make guitar charts? I've always done it to get things straight. I mean, I have things like this, you know, where I'd have this is where it would start. I'd just sit in my car and write that, or you know, and that's the intervals for those sevenths. And it's interesting because when you do a mixolydian of a fifth, seventh, that this interval from the fifth to the seventh to the dominant seventh is a minor interval, you know. So it goes something like I have a band-aid on my finger. So that would be a minor interval for that dominant seventh. Okay, so you got all right. The other ones, you know, of course the minors, a minor seventh, but it doesn't have such a dominant sound to it, right? And the seventh for the like the jazzy major seventh for the C, all right, is the same for the fourth, which would be F. Okay, but when you take that seventh and staying in the mode, that's where you get your now the dominant the half diminished. Okay, that seventh doesn't seem to add, you know, any much kind of strength to it. All right, anyway, but that's what's going to be on the bottom here, so we'll get to that hopefully. The bottom one here has the seventh arpeggios. So zooming in here now, I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more because I saw a couple of my YouTubes hadn't gone to HD yet, and just in case for some reason they don't go to HD or somebody has a bad connection, I don't know, something like that, zooming in is a good idea. It makes things easier to read for everyone. As soon as I start talking, I get scratchy throat. But yeah, I mean, I got the capo here. This will be where your E is, because I'm down tuned 2 whole notes, so I have a C guitar. Wow, my Band-Aid got stuck on a string. That's not cool. I didn't plan that. So, the starting like here on this R, we can do one of these. Okay, so it'll be, and this last interval here for the 7th, from the 5th to the 7th, is a major 3rd right there. So more than usually, a major 3rd is just the next box up diagonally to the left. If it's at the tuning warp, okay, then it's going to be straight up. So root to 3rd is a major 3rd, is going to be straight up. Now here I've got a little spacer here just to indicate that this is the tuning warp in this one. So that's what the bottom part is, but we still haven't gotten to the and I really do want to share a lesson with you today. It's important to keep up with these lessons because music and guitar, it's cold in here. It's cold outside, you know. It's 35 outside, but still it was like 20 when I woke up. And it's important to keep the lessons going because music and guitar and piano, but mostly guitar, there's a lot to cover and a lot of topics that we don't always get around to. And so it's one of those things where you just immerse yourself in it. I used to do this in college. You immerse yourself into the subject matter and things start to fall into place, you know. And lo and behold, what you studied was on the test. Well, that makes sense. All right, so let's look at what is this? This is a difficult thing here. We're going to cover this right here. The minor rule. Cage shape overlay will be the next cage shape up. Okay, so that means if I'm in a let's say an E minor shaped Phrygian, because it's a key of C, right? I'm going to take the capo off for a second just so I can have a little easier time to do. Calm down, princess, sit down. I'll let her out in a little bit. Okay, so if you have an E minor shape, all right, the cage shape that encompasses that E minor that you'd play over it is one pentatonic scale member up. So E minor, one pentatonic scale member up would be G. That's one C, key of C pentatonic scale member. Okay. Now, of course, cage works in all keys, you know, and when you start doing cage in different keys, let's say we just move the whole thing up, you know, so instead of the C-shaped C, we got a C-shaped C sharp. All right, you know, you could consider the pentatonic scale then in C sharp. All right, so one pentatonic scale member up from the Phrygian 3rd, right? Sorry about that. Would be pentatonic, not diatonic. Would be the G sharp, you know. So the G sharp box would encompass, but it's better to remember it by number. So instead of saying G sharp, it would be the 5th, right? So here it says D4 is the one to use over a C minor 3rd. Okay, so